So first I'll be taking the seating arrangements, then we'll go to puzzles. Okay. When it comes to seating arrangements, in what all way we can make the people sit? It might be in a line, across table. Yeah, that table can be anything. Like that can be a parallel table. I mean, that is like a rectangular table or a square table or a circular table. It can be anything. Okay. So when it comes to very simple seating arrangement, it is a linear seating arrangement. But already we have studied a chapter in logical reasoning, that is directions. Yes or no? Directions, where we got the basic knowledge of all directions what we have and how to represent those directions on our paper. Like in the examination hall, what should be marked north? If nothing is given, what should be taken? All those things like we have seen. So whenever they give certain positions, first of all, with respect to that person, we have to mark the direction also. For example, there is a wall or there is a line where few people are sitting, maybe 6 people are sitting, and all of them are facing north. How do you mark? This is the line or the wall where they are sitting, and all of them are facing north. So this is very important. When we write the position of few persons across table or like in a line or across parallel lines, like we have to mark the direction first. Without marking the direction, we will not get anything. Okay. So along with the position of a person, we have to mark the direction also. So in these problems, one thing is very important: position of a person. Second thing is direction, towards which direction that person is seeing or facing. Basically, which direction that person is facing, that becomes important. Whenever you are marking, let's say person A is sitting on the line, maybe extreme right, but what direction he is looking at, that is very important. I'll take one example here. Let's say around 6 people are sitting, and let's say they are facing north. Okay. First sentence will come like, A is sitting immediately next to B. You don't know whether to right or left. A is sitting immediately next to B. That means A and B are neighbors. So in these positions, immediately is very important. Immediately means the immediate neighbor, to the left or to the right. And when we say to the left and to the right, it is not our left and our right, it is the left and right of that particular person. Let's say now if I give A is sitting immediately right of B. A is sitting to the immediate right of B. How do you mark? With respect to this direction, we have to think that A is facing this direction, and we have to mark A is sitting immediately or immediate to next of B. Then A has to come to the right side of B. So it is B's right. If B is sitting like this, A will come to his right. If the sentence is opposite, A is sitting immediately next to B, then it will change like A will come here and B will come here. If they don't mention right or left, if they tell A sits immediately next to B, then we have to take both the options. And we have to construct as many options as possible in our paper. Okay, you should not take anything for granted. Especially in logical reasoning, you should not take anything for granted. You have to write all the options, then you need to rule out the options. Understood? So in linear arrangement, everyone is sitting in the same line. Maybe they will give a fact that all of them are facing south. You can write like this. Okay, this is all of them facing towards north, all of them facing south. If in the question it is given like all of them are facing east, then how do you construct? First, write the east. East is towards our right, right? East. Then draw a line. Okay, then make them sit. Then if they give west, draw like this. Or if they don't give anything, okay, let's say 6 people are sitting in a line. They have not mentioned any direction. You only give a direction to those people. Okay, either it is south, north, east, west, that doesn't matter, but give a proper direction. You don't mention it is east or west or north or south, just mention a direction, that's it. Okay. Let's say these are the seats of the persons, and all of them are facing north. All of them facing north. Now I'll give A is sitting to the extreme right position. Can I fill like this? Yes or no? A is sitting to the extreme right position. Okay. Then if I give B is third to the left of A. B is third to the left of A. This is first to the left of A, second to the left of A, and this is third to the left of A. Now tell me, what is the position of A with respect to B? Third to the right of B. Now I'll tell C is sitting immediate to the right of immediate to the left of A. C is sitting immediate left of A or immediate to the left of A. So should I mark here? Now tell me the position of C with respect to B. Second to the right of. Yeah. If I mark D here, tell the position of D with respect to B. Immediate to the right of, or it is first to the right of B. Immediate to the right of B or first to the right of B. Both are fine. Both are fine. Okay. Now, if I say E is sitting 2 places to the left of D. E is sitting 2 places to the left of D or second to left of D. Where should I fill? Here? Correct? Yeah? Are you making sense? One is immediate right or immediate left. They are the neighbors, immediate neighbors. Then second to the right, third to the right. Similarly, fourth, fifth, and first or immediate to the left of this person is this immediate neighbor. Then second to the left, third to the left, fourth to the left. This will just go on like that. Linear arrangement is very easy. Next important type of arrangement is the parallel arrangement. Few persons are sitting in opposite benches. Usually in such cases, they will be facing each other. That is, the person sitting on one bench will be facing the persons sitting on the another bench. They will not sit in the opposite way. Okay, usually. Yeah. In such cases, again everything goes same like our linear arrangement when they are mentioning the person sitting here. The person sitting here, again, if they give with respect to their positions, it is just like linear arrangement. But here, 2 important things will come. One is opposite, and another thing is diagonally opposite. Getting my point? Opposite and diagonally opposite. Now you will give me the answer. These are the persons, 4 on this side, 4 on that side. Okay, now tell me, who is sitting opposite of B? Sure. Who is sitting opposite of C? G. Sure. Who is sitting opposite of A? Who is sitting opposite of H? Sure. Who is sitting diagonally opposite of H? Sure. Diagonally opposite. So you take the extremes. So usually this diagonally opposite is for the diagrams above 4 sides or the closed polygons having more than 3 sides. Okay, so that is where we get diagonally opposite. This is diagonally opposite. This is diagonally opposite. But when we have only lines, we can take in this manner. Now tell me, who is diagonally opposite of D? E. So here we have two different senses. One is opposite and another is diagonally opposite. Yes, one is opposite and another one is diagonally opposite. They are not the same. Now tell me, who is diagonally opposite of B? G. Who is diagonally opposite of F? Yes, yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense. So whenever such problems comes, you can tackle them. Okay. So basically what? If you take diagonally opposite, take any diagram, draw the center of that. A line should cross through this. Then that is diagonally opposite. But in square and rectangular, it is not strict to that sense. Only when we connect the corners, then that makes sense, diagonally opposite. Here B and C, F and G are not corners. B and C and F and G are not corners. But still that sense prevails. That is, they are diagonally opposite. Okay. So here when it comes to the arrangement in two different lines, okay, and the people are facing each other, that means like the people sitting on one line are facing the people sitting on another line. Okay, in such cases, diagonally opposite and opposite are two different things that we have to mind. Done? Yeah? No issues? Then, next type of arrangement is either rectangular or a square. Rectangular or square. These are a bit tricky. When we say the people across this table are sitting in the corners, this is the easiest to imagine. If they give one person is sitting on each side, this is also pretty easy. It is, there is nothing much to get confused. But the complexity comes when there are two or more people sitting on each side. Yeah, I'll mark few. A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Two people on each side. Okay. And another example I'll draw. Now tell me, the positions of A and D here, does it make much difference? Positions of A and D? Does it make, for example, if you take the photo from the top, okay, does it make much difference? Like, don't show anything, like in their outer environment, just table and them. Square table, you took a photo Can you recognize which person is sitting on which side and which direction, all that thing? If I turn the photo, you'll get confused, right? Who is facing what? Yeah. So here the positions of A or C or B or D, it doesn't vary much. Similarly, the circular arrangement A, B, C, D. Again, it doesn't make much difference whether you are like rotating the table anti-clockwise or clockwise. It doesn't matter. But now tell me here in this case, like there are 8 persons. All their positions are sacrosanct. Sacrosanct in the sense like, I mean, is it fixed, or like if we interchange, do we get any difference here? Here. Do you think the position enjoyed by A is similar to the position enjoyed by B? But here in this case, the position enjoyed by A is same as the position enjoyed by B, correct? Here also. But here, can you tell me that position enjoyed by A is similar to position enjoyed by B? How? Okay, 8 friends are sitting, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay, I have taken the photo. If I interchange the position of A and B, it will be different, right? If I interchange the position of, I mean, AB and I brought here, CD I brought here, EF I brought here, GH if I bring here, it is not a problem. But how it is different, like A and B enjoy different positions, because see, if I were member of this group and we had gone to hotel, I would always prefer the position of A or C or E or G, because I always want my right to be free. I want my right to be free. That is my this thing. Because I am a right-hander, so I want to have a free space. Can B, D, F and H will have the same privilege? Will have the same privilege? No, right? Yes, their lefts are free. But here you take anybody's position. They are equally privileged. Here, it is not just about right hand and left hand, okay? The positions are not the same here. Here, these are like almost like a similar positions, because one on each side. Here, 2 on each side. How? I'll tell you. Here, who is opposite of A? F, right? Opposite of A is F. Who is diagonally opposite of A? Sure. But here tell me, who is opposite of A? Who is diagonally opposite of A? In strict sense, C only. Even if you take the diagonally opposite, it is C only. So, I am stressing upon this because it is not easy to comprehend. Now tell me, here in this case, A and C are opposite, right? How many persons are there between A and C if you go from any direction? How many persons are there between A and C when you go from a particular direction or any direction? 2 or 1? From here, 1. From here also, 1. Okay, now here between A and F, how many persons are there? 2 or 4? 2 or 4. Yes, if you take diagonally opposite A and D, how many persons are there? 3, 3, right? 3, 3. So here this is diagonally opposite, this is opposite. So why I am stressing upon all these things? This is not similar to this. This is a bit complicated. That is what I want to tell. Okay. When we face the problem, like we have to have a clear idea of what is opposite here and what is diagonally opposite here. Okay. We have one such problem for practice. When it comes, we'll deal with the minutes of that particular problem. Okay. Next, very simple is circular arrangement. Circular arrangement. Okay. And it depends like how many persons they give. Okay, minimum they will give 4. Minimum is 4. When 4 persons are given, we have to mark like this. When 8 persons are given, we have to mark like this. Yeah. Now tell me, there are 8 friends. I am arranging them. Across the table. Okay, around the table. Okay, I'll take person A. If I make him sit here or here, only one person, okay, I'm not calling others. Take any person. I'll take A. Okay, you make him sit here or here or here or here or here or here, wherever. Okay, is there any difference? Take the first person, allow him to sit at a particular position. Is there any difference? You will fix the first person, then you will start other arrangements. So first person is free to sit anywhere. Getting my point? This privilege is not given when we are dealing with linear arrangement and the parallel arrangement and the square or rectangular arrangement. Only when it comes to circle, the first person is free to sit anywhere. First person is entitled to sit anywhere. Then with respect to that person, we'll start the arrangements. Got it? Yeah. So let's say A sits here. Then they will give the details of other persons. Okay, let's say B is sitting opposite to A. Then here the direction is equally important. When they don't mention anything, you have to assume that all these persons are facing towards the center of the table. All these people are facing the center of the table. Sometimes they give the conditions where the person sitting around the table will be facing away from the center also. That means towards that side. But they are the very rarest problems. Okay, so we can take it like this. Then, while we are arranging for circular arrangements, while we are arranging for circular seating, again, whenever they give certain data, their positions and their directions are equally important. Let's say A and B's positions are given here. If they give C is the immediate neighbor of D. If they give the sentence like this, C is the immediate neighbor of D, where you will put C and D? Many options are there, right? So in such case, you have to simply take C and D, give certain direction to them. This is one possibility. Another possibility is you have to draw all these things. You have to consider all these things. Then only you have to construct the final diagram. Okay. So here the position and the direction is very important. Position and the direction is very important. Okay. When we deal with the problems, it will be very much easy. And trust me, these two chapters, seating arrangements and puzzles, you should not miss a single question also, because everybody scores in this one. Quantitative aptitude, chapter wise, your caliber wise, you have scope to skip few problems. But seating arrangements and puzzles, you cannot afford losing any mark here. Okay, because these are solved by everyone. And we don't have anything to do with the numbers here. Simple. Your lateral thinking, make some diagram and write it. And in such problems, I have seen like nearly 6 to 7 statements will be given. For a single problem, 6 to 7 statements will be given. Again, as we have seen in some of the logical reasoning problems, like firstly, in first round, like we don't make sense of every sentence given. Maybe the first sentence is isolated completely. Maybe when we draw the fourth statement, or when we read the fourth statement, then only the first statement will make sense. So here the practice is what? Go one by one. Like statement by statement, draw whatever that is possible. Again come back and read them. And don't assume anything here. Don't assume anything. Whatever the author has given here, or the examiner has given, that is the final thing. Don't assume anything here. Even in blood relations, I have asked you not to assume the gender of a person based on the name, because it can be misleading. It can be misleading. Okay, done. We'll go from a problem to problem. So whenever need arises to explain certain tricks and traits, I will explain there only. Okay, we'll start with the problems. A, B, C, D, E, F, G are sitting on a wall and all of them are facing east. How do you start the problem? Same thing is given to you, right? Yeah. So how do you start? First of all, they are facing east. So you draw that one. Like, let them face east. Then, when they are facing east, the line would come like this, or the wall would come like this. Yes or no? Does it make sense when they are looking east? The wall should be like this, or the wall should be like this. They don't look like this, okay? Facing east means normally like in front of them, okay? C is on the immediate right of D. C and D, where will you make them sit? How many persons are there here? How many? 7. This is very important. When they don't mention the number, like these letters will be misleading. We will have some psychological connect with these letters. So whenever F appears in my mind, it is 6 always. Whenever J appears in my mind, it is 10 always. So this G, H, all these things, I, this will be misleading. Count A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay. So how many are there? 7. These are the 7 positions, let's say. Okay. C is on the immediate right of D. How do you draw it? Let's say this is the direction. You draw the direction for C and D also. C is sitting to the immediate right of D. So if I make C sit like this, D will come here. This is one position. This is one position. C is to the immediate right of D. Does it make sense? Their direction is important. First draw the direction, then tell C is to the immediate right of D. Is it fine? But where will you fix them? So this is an isolated diagram. Keep it like that only. Whenever there is a common connect, then try to club the diagrams. Okay? C and D, they are in isolation. Let's wait. B is at an extreme end and has E as his neighbor. B is at an extreme end. One extreme possibility is this, another is this. If B is like this, let's say they are looking like this only, and E is his neighbor, where you will make E come, here or here? Left of B, correct? Yes. Now, one more possibility. You make B sit here and E is his neighbor. Yes? Okay. But can we club the diagrams? CD and B? No, not it. Then G is between E and F. Yeah, now we are getting the clue. G is between E and F. What are the possibilities for E now? This one and this one. If this is true, G is between E and F, so can I write like this? Can I write like this? Okay, if this is true, so how do you write? You treat this separately, okay, this separately. B, E, G, F, C, D is done. B, E, G, F, we have 2 options, okay. Let us go to next sentence. D is sitting third from the south end. Which is the south end? So, which position is third from the south end? This one or this one? Both are here only. This one or this one? The below one or top one? That is third from the south end? Now tell me, who is first from the south end? First from the south end, this person or this person? Bottommost or last but one? D is sitting third from the south end. Who is first from the south end? You are telling this person is first from the south end. What about this? Zeroth from the south end. They are not giving. D is sitting third from the person sitting last or person sitting in the southmost position. They are telling. Now tell me, in India, okay, if you consider Jammu Kashmir as one state, who is the first state from the north end? Now makes sense, no? Makes sense, no? Yes or no? Treat like that only. First from south end is this position, second from south end is this position, and third from south end is this. So where should D come? Now check. If you take this one, B, E, G, F, they have to be accommodated here. But D is here. So can we accommodate this one? So this is wrong. So now we are left with only this one. So B will come here, E will come here, and G will come here, and F will come here. Then where will C come? So who is left now? E. Done? First from south end is southernmost person. Yes or no? So when we say in the rank list, first from the bottom, you will leave the last person. First from the top, first ranker, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Now diagram is done. Can we answer? So you have to see how many number of questions are attached to the main problem. Okay. If all this drama has to be done for only single question, it is not so worth it. If there are 2 or 3 questions attached to it, then it is worth it. Yes. Okay. All this diagram, all this drama, thinking, wasting time, all that thing, like it has to happen within within 1.5 minutes. If only one question it is attached. If 2 questions are attached, you can take 3 minutes to answer 2 questions. So to draw the diagram, you can take 2 minutes. When 3 questions are attached, you can take 3 minutes to draw the diagram. I don't have a problem. Because once you draw the diagram, answering these questions is just like a customary. You don't have to struggle too much. Yes? So look at the number of questions attached to the main question, then decide like how much time you can spend with this one. Yes? 2 or 3, yes, it is worth to do it. But only single question, this much big, yeah, it is not worth it. Okay, you have to analyze the risk earlier, then you have to skip that question. Okay, now let's answer. Who is sitting to the right of E? First of all, ascertain the position of E. E is looking like this. Then who is to the right of E? Actually, all of them are sitting to the right of, but usually who is sitting to the right of E? This is a general sense. You have to go for the immediate person. So right of E is G, or here none. Okay. Fine. Actually, here none means it has to be otherwise, what does it mean? Who is sitting to the right of E? None means there is no person to the right of E. Actually, this is none of the above. Don't question these things in the examination. Okay, in such cases, you can dispute with the question. Okay, don't try to disturb your mood with such things. Okay, you can skip those questions. In CSAT, we have that much what? Privilege. Fine. But actually, this had to be none of the above. Then, which of the following pairs of people are sitting at the extreme ends? AB? Yeah. Name the person who should change the place with C such that he gets third place from the north end. Now, third place from the north end is what? G or F? Sure, no. So, C has to interchange the place with G. Now, immediately between which of the following pairs of people is D sitting? They are asking D, no? Immediately between which of the following pairs? D is sitting between whom? C and F, no? Yeah. I heard A from somewhere. No, right? C and F. So, F. So, A pronounced, F silent. Is it? I heard C and A. That is why I am asking. C and F, no? Sure? Yeah? Yeah. Next. 6 persons, A, B, C, D, E, F, are sitting in 2 rows, 3 in each. Okay? So, I have to take 2 rows like this, 3 in each. E is not at the end of any row. There are 2 rows here. E is not at the end of any row. So, where are all the chances that E's position would be there? Either here, or if you take any other position, any other diagram again. So, E might come here. These are 2 chances, right? These are 2 chances. D is second to the left of F. So, in one row or in one line, only 3 persons are sitting. D is second to the left of F. What does that mean? D is second to the left of F. What does it mean? They are enjoying extreme positions. So, there has to be 1 person between D and F. So, what all are the chances? D and F may come here. 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 So, here there are many chances. There are many chances. But let us hold this fact to ourselves. D and F are at extremes. You can fill them anywhere. They have not mentioned any position. Maybe they are facing south, north, or they are on the top or the bottom. Nothing is told. But D and F are at extreme positions. Now, C, the neighbor of E. So, what does it mean? C is also sitting at one extreme. C, the neighbor of E, is sitting diagonally opposite of D. Diagonally opposite of D. So, if I take C here, D should come here. Yes. So, if D is here, F will come here. Yes or no? Or if I take C here, D will come here and F will come here. If I take C here, D will come here and F will come here. If I take C here, D will come here and F will come here. Okay. B is the neighbor of F. What does that mean? B is sitting in between F and D. Who? B. Now, who is left now? Who is left? A. E's place is fixed, B's place is fixed. D and F are at one extreme of single line. Now, C and A should be extremes of a single line. C. So, if C comes here, D will come here, F will come here. So, A would come here. Or A would come here. Or A would come here. Or A would come here. This is the thing. B and E's positions are fixed. C and A are at extremes. D and F are at extremes. What position they are at, we know, but their directions we don't know. Only here the concluding evidence is B and E are at the centers. Other people are at extremes. D and F are on single side. A and C are on single side. Okay. So here A, E, C are on single side. D, B, F are on single side. This is what we know. This is what we know. Correct? Yeah. Now let us answer. See, everything is not clear. There are many options possible here. There are many options possible here. So it is not over, but let us look into the questions. If we have to get very specific details, then we'll struggle. Otherwise, if we can solve all the questions by whatever the information they have given, like, let us not waste the time. Let's go to the questions. Which of the following are sitting diagonally opposite to each other? F and C. D and C are diagonally opposite. They have already given. C is sitting diagonally opposite to D. So if C and D are fixed, who are left? A and F. So let us see A and F here. A and C not possible. A and D not possible. F and C not possible. Yes or no? See, C and D already they are diagonally opposite. So only two persons are left now. That is what? F and A. Okay, you can take B and E also, diagonally opposite and opposite, but option is not there. Okay. Which of the following are in the same row? E and D? No. E and D? No. C and B? No. A and B? No. So only A and E are in the same line. Which of the following are in one of the two rows? DBF have to be together and CEA are to be together. So next, after interchanging seat with E, who will be the neighbor of D in the new position? Who will be the neighbor of D in the new position? E is interchanging with someone. E is interchanging with someone so that it becomes the neighbor of D. Which is that? Neighbor of D. After interchanging seat with E, who will be the neighbor of D? D has only one neighbor, no? D has only one neighbor, right? Go from any side. D has only one neighbor. Who is that? B. So E has to change the position with B only. D has only one neighbor, mind you. That is B. See, B is sitting in the middle, E is sitting in the middle. B and E have two neighbors, but all other persons have only one neighbor. Do you agree? Yes. So here D has only one neighbor, that is B. So B has to interchange the position with E. Is that okay? Breakfast done, right? No problem. Yeah. In this case, avoid this one, okay? You just remove this comma. It will be misleading. Remove that comma. After interchanging seat with A, because I had told you, when you put a comma, this who belongs to this person. So this will mislead the sentence. Remove that E. Comma after E. Comma after E. Remove that one. Or you can take the question like this. Who will be the neighbor of D in the new position after interchanging the seat with E? You take this one first, then put this sentence. Not a problem. Okay. But when we give comma, it makes different sense. Done? See, here the diagram is not final. diagram is not final. The positions of these extreme positions, like it is not ascertained. Yet we can solve the questions. Okay, so don't be afraid of the diagram first. Here, definitely I know you will get destabilized because nothing is in concrete. Only B's position and E's position are finalized. All other 4%, this one are not finalized. So in such cases, what should we do? You should not get, like scared. Just go to the question, go question by question. Okay. If there are 3 questions, at least you can solve 1 or 2 questions there. If third question is difficult for you, don't worry. Okay. Just because the diagram is not complete, don't get afraid. Okay, fine. Next. 6 flats on a floor in 2 rows facing north and south. Okay, 6 flats on a floor. 2 rows in 2 rows facing north and south. So can I write like this? Flats facing north and flats facing south. Is that fine? Yeah. Then Q gets a north facing flat. So where should Q come? In this line or this line? They are facing, okay. So Q will take one of these 3 positions. Yes. Then and is not next to S. So Q is not next to S. What does that mean? Where will S come? In this row or in this row? Bottom or up? Why? Okay, if Q comes here, middle one is different and S comes here. Do we have a problem? Q is not next to S. Okay. That doesn't mean that you will throw it in Pakistan. Yeah. So Q here, one more flat here, then S can come, no? So don't conclude about S here. Don't throw it to the other line. Okay. S can be in the same line, but not next to Q. That's it. Okay. Now, S and U are diagonally opposite flats. S and U are diagonally opposite flats. So if S comes here, you will come here. If S comes here, you will come here. Okay. R next to U. R next to U gets a south facing flat. R next to U. So R is in south facing and even U is south facing. These are not positions, okay? I am just clubbing them. R and U. But S is diagonally opposite of U. So S will come here. Yes or no? Yeah. Then R next to U gets a south facing flat and T gets a north facing flat. So T is here. Who is left now? These are not the positions. I am just grouping them. R, U, P are in one line. They are facing south. And Q, T, S are in one line. They are facing north. Yep. Now, how to fix their positions? Again, we'll read from the top. Q gets a north facing flat and is not next to S. So Q and S are not immediate neighbors. So who will come in between? T will come here. Q's position, S position not yet done. S and U are diagonally opposite. If S comes here, you will come here. If S comes here, you will come here. There are chances that Q will come here. So at that time, S will come here. And there are chances that you will come here. Then R next to you. R is next to you. Whether from this end or this end, R will come in between. Who is left now? P. So P either will come here or here. Again, what do we know here? R and T are middle ones. R and T are middle ones. Q and S are at extremes and U and P are at extremes. but S is opposite of U. So who will be opposite of Q? When S is opposite of U, Q will be opposite of P. So that is what we know now. Okay. Let us look at the question. Which of the following combinations get south-facing flats? URP? Yeah? Yes or no? Yeah. Whose flat is between Q and S? If the flats of T and P are interchanged, if the flats of T and P are interchanged, whose flat will be next to that of U? P and T are getting interchanged. If P is here, P and T will get interchanged. So nothing will happen to R and U, right? So who will be the who will be next to U? R. That is fixed. Then the flats of which of the other pairs than SU are diagonally opposite to each other? Q and P. Done. Again, here the diagram is not final. Diagram is not final. Okay. But with whatever the construction of diagram we have, we can answer the questions. Okay. Fine. Done. Any issues? No, right? Should we serve tea or something? You are okay, right? Yeah. The plan of office block for 6 officers, A, B, C, D, E, and F, is as follows. Both B and C occupy offices to the right of the corridor. What do you mean by corridor? A common space where do we walk, right? So, let us take this as the corridor. And the left of it and the right of it, we get the offices. Okay, fine. Now, both B and C occupy offices to the right of the corridor, okay, as one enters the office block. Let us say this is the entry of the office block. B and C will come which side? Tell, no? Tell right. B and C are in the right corridor, right of the corridor. Yes? Then A occupies on the left of the corridor. Okay, A will be one of these 3. Okay, here was. E and F occupy offices on opposite sides. E and F opposite side. So E where, F where? E here, F here, or E here, F here. What's your suggestion? Should we put E here? Bolte na sir, let us fill the right side offices first, then we'll think of. No. It is not according to our will. Okay. So E can come this side or this side. We don't know. Okay. But E and F are in the opposite sides. But their offices do not face each other. E and F are in opposite, but their offices will not face each other's office. Okay. Next. The offices of C and D face each other. So D will come where? Left side? Yes. E does not have a corner office. Okay. F's office is further down the corridor than A's. What does that mean? When you enter the corridor, F's office is further down to the down the corridor than A's. What does that mean? A comes first, then F comes later. So where to put F now? Left or right? F's office is further down the corridor than A's, but on the same side. They are only given. Okay. So if you read only up to here, it is not yet clear. But they have given on the same side. So F will come in this group. So E will come in this group. Now, at least we have gathered the people on one side, left, that is ADF, and right, BCE. Now let us repeat the instructions again. A occupies on the left and B and C on the right. E and F occupy offices on opposite sides of the corridor, but their offices do not face each other. Okay. The offices of C and D face each other, but where exactly we don't know. E does not have a corner office, so where should E come? Then F, not opposite. E and F occupy offices on opposite sides of the corridor, but their offices do not face each other. So F will not come here. Yes or no? But they have given F's office is further down the corridor. If F doesn't come here, it has to come here or here. But F's office is farther than A's. So F has to come here. Yes or no? F has to come here. Then E does not have, okay, then again we have to read. The offices of C and D face each other. Which two opposite positions are not yet filled? This is filled, this is filled. Only these are left. So if D comes here, C would come here. Yes? Yes? Then I should fill A here and here. Done? Very beautiful question. You should visualize the positions. Enter the corridor, right side, left side, here 3, here 3. F's office is farther than A's. E will occupy the middle one. So similarly, you have to construct the other positions also. Yes? Now, look at the question. If E sits in his office, and faces the corridor, whose office is to his left? So if he is facing the corridor, whose office is to his left? He is looking like this. So C is left to E. Done? Who is or are F's immediate neighbors? Only A? Only A? Don't go to whole mohalla, okay? They are also our neighbors. Here also our neighbors. Immediate neighbor. Okay? Who is immediate neighbor of F? A. Done? Don't call this person as neighbor. He is the person living in opposite. Okay? This person is not neighbor. Neighborhood, extended neighborhood is different. Okay? But immediate neighbor with whom you will share your what? Wall. Fine? Yeah. This is quite a difficult problem, I would say, because this is the square table arrangement. Square table arrangement, here your visualization is very much required. And I have told you, when we are making 2 persons sit on each side of the square table, it becomes even more difficult. Okay? Now, 8 persons, PQ, RST, UV, W are seated around a square table, 2 on each side. There are 3 lady members and they are not seated next to each other. One more dimension to the problem. 3 lady members and they are not seated next to each other. U is between Q and W. Okay? We have to construct the bits and pieces now. U is between Q and W. U is between Q and W. Give a direction to them. That means If they are facing like this, you have to take them and arrange. See here in this case, they are facing the center of the table. They are facing the center of the table. If you want to arrange Q, U and W will come here. If you want to arrange Q here, U and W will come here. Okay, that is how it is. But is this the final thing? That is Q sits between, U sits between Q and W? This is not the final thing. One more possibility is there. That is Q is between, U is between, this is one more possibility. Yes? Yeah. R is between T and Q. Now Q is the common person here. So R is between T and Q. If this is one thing, another thing would be, yes. So this is one diagram. This is another diagram. 5 persons positions we are knowing now. S, a lady member, is a second to the left of U. S, a lady member, second to the left of U. U is looking like this. First to the left of U, second to the left of U. Who has occupied already? R. Can we put S here? So this diagram doesn't make any sense to us. Yes or no? Now, U is sitting here, W is first to the left, and second to the left is, can I write like this? Now 6 persons positions are ascertained. Okay. And S is a lady member. I would mark plus for lady member. This has been my practice even in blood relations. Yep. Then, is second to the left of you. Q is a male member seated opposite of P. Q is a male member and he is seated opposite of P. Where do you put P now? One chance, if you take Q here, P should come here. If you take Q here, P should come here. Okay, if you take Q here and P here, how many persons are there between Q and P? 2 or 4. If you come from one side, it is what? 2, another side 4. So, it is a tricky situation. It is a tricky situation. So, Q and P should be 2 persons apart or 4 persons apart. Yes? Now, where is Q now? Here. If I put P here, does it make sense? Partially. If I put P here, what I'll do, I'll bring all of them and put Q here. Then next to that R, next to that T, next to that is P. So can I take P here? Okay, if I take on another side, 2 persons are over, I have to put P here, but already S is there. I can't do that. So this is only the possible thing. Then try to arrange others. After Q, U will come. After U, W will come. After W, S will come. Now who is left alone? V is left alone. Yes. See, between Q and P, there have to be 2 persons or 4 persons. Here we have the place after 2 persons, but here we don't have the place after 2 persons. Okay, done? No problem? Yeah? Now, S is a female member. Then, there is a lady member between Q and T. R. Then, P a lady member. This is it. Then, done. 3 lady members and 5 male members. Okay. Now, who among the following is seated between P and S? What should be the answer? C or D? That is none of the, or none of them. You're right. None of them means Q and T. But can we put D as the answer? We can determine the position, right? Yeah. So D cannot be our answer. How many persons are seated between V and Q? They are diagonally opposite. Whenever people are diagonally opposite, count from any direction. The number of persons will be same. Number of persons will be the same. Okay? Yeah. So 3. Who among the following are the 3 lady members? You don't have to construct a seating arrangement for this because they have mentioned in the sentences only. Yes, they have only mentioned all these 3 persons, right? Yeah. Who among the following is to the immediate left of Q? Q is facing like this. Immediate to the left. Correct, no? Yeah. Which of the following are not female members? These 2 questions, 15th and 17th. It is just common sense. You don't have to construct a table here or construct a diagram here. Yes? Done? Only thing, when 2 persons are sitting on each side of the square table, be sure about the people sitting in opposite direction and people sitting in diagonally opposite. Okay? Be sure about that. If you get that one, you can easily fill the other positions. Yes? Be careful there. Done? Eight friends, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, are sitting around a circle facing the center. Okay? Actually, the circle problems are very easy compared to the square table. Okay, construct a circle, and I have told you, first person is free to sit anywhere in the table. Don't restrict that person to sit according to your will and wish. Allow that person to sit anywhere. Now, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, 8 persons around a circular table. V is third to the right of Q. First of all, fill V. Don't worry about the third person. I'll take V here. V is facing the center. V is to the right of Q. V is facing like this. So he is right of someone. So Q should come here. Q, first to the right, second to the right, and third to the right. So Q will come here. Correct? No. And second to the left of R. Who is second to the left of R? V or Q? V only. The first person here. First person. First noun of the sentence is V only. So we have to refer it to the V only. V is third to the right of Q and second to the left of. Does it make sense? Yes. V is second to the left of R but third to the right of Q. Then Q is second to the left of T. Q is second to the left of T. Where should T come? Here or here? Q is second to the left. First to the left. And here comes and immediate right of S. Who? Q is immediate right of. Now, U is between Q and T. P is not at the left of R. 2 positions are left. Here, this is left of R, but here P will not come. Only one position is left. Now, which person is left? W, correct? Yes or no? Simplest, very simple problem. Okay. Who is exactly at left of S? Exactly means like again immediately. Yeah. Who is second to the right of T? T is looking like this. First to the right, second to the right. That is W. Okay or not? You are happy, no? In which of the following pairs, first person sits exactly at the right of second persons? Okay, be careful in such questions. It can be misleading. In which of the following pairs, okay, there is a pair, first person, take the first person, that person sits exactly at the right of the second person. So take the first person, put him to the right of the second person. So the first person on the right, second person on the left. So take like that. U and T. Take U to the right, T to the left. Is it possible here? W and R. Take W to the right, R to the left. Not possible. W and T. They are far apart. Then V and T. V to the right, T to the left. See, your position should just, your position should be what? Continuously changing. You should imagine for V and T. V is to the right of T. That is why V and T are right here. Yes or no? Don't take them and fit in like this. Don't take them and fit in like this. That is not correct. Take the first person, keep that person to the right and the second person to the left. Take these two hands and try to fit them in. Okay, done. All these three options are, these two options are ulta. T is to the right of U and R is to the right of W. But here they are far apart. W and T have one common neighbor. Okay, this is not possible. So now VT. What is the exact position of W? Is he left to V? No, right to V. Just right of V? Yes. In between U and V? No. Immediate right of R? No, immediate left of R. Done? Six peoples A, B, C, D, E, F are sitting on the ground in hexagonal shape. Hexagonal shape doesn't make much difference to the circle. Okay. It is just to circle only. Make these sides curved. It will become circle. Yeah. Now, which of the following is not correct? Okay, we'll see the conditions. All the sides of the hexagon so formed are of same length. Okay. A is not adjacent to B or C. Here also you can put any person, I mean the first person anywhere. If A comes here, B and C will not come here. So the place for B and C are here. Yes or no? D is not adjacent to C. So there are a lot of problems. A cannot have B and C in neighborhood. C and D cannot be what? So see, position of C will come here, somewhere here. If C comes here, D will come here. If C comes here, D's position can be this and this. If C comes here, D has to come here. So there is a lot of complication. Let us wait. B and C are adjacent. Thank God. B and C are adjacent. If B comes here, C would come here. If B comes here, C would come here. Yes, if B comes here, C would come here. Okay. F is in the middle of D and C. So let us take like this. Three persons position we know. F is in the middle of D and C. This is one possibility. Another possibility, F is in the middle of C and D. Now, how do you manage? How do you manage? This is one thing that we have. How to arrange them? C cannot come here. C cannot come here. So if C comes here, F and D will come here. If C comes here, then F and D will come here. If C comes here, F and D will come here. Not yet concluded. We'll go to the first sentence again. A is not adjacent to B or C. A is not adjacent to B or C. We cannot conclude anything here. Yet we cannot conclude anything here. See, D, F, C. If you arrange them like this, D, F, and C, if you arrange them like this, B has to take either of the positions. So D, F, C you cannot put here. Then D, F, C can be put here, but D, F, C cannot be put here. See, first of all, B and C are not the immediate neighbors of A. That is done. Here we have three fellows. If I take them and arrange C, F, D, that is not possible. C should not be a neighbor of A. C, F, D here. Then B would come here. That is also ruled out, here or here. Then C, F, D here. That is a possibility. C, F, D here. Then also C, F, D is a possibility here. In this case, I cannot put C here. I cannot put C here. So C has to come here only. Yes or no? Then we'll see whether to put FD here or FD here. We'll see later. Read the next sentence again. D is not adjacent to C. So D is not adjacent to C. So D will either come here or here. That's okay. D will either come here or here. Then D is not adjacent to C or E. D is not adjusting with C also, E also. So what to do now? So if you keep D here, E has to come here. If D here, then E has to come here. So possibilities of E's position here. If D is here, E will come here. If D is here, E will come here. Then B and C are adjacent. So if B comes here, B and C are adjacent, then D will come here. Sorry. If B comes here, E will come here. Or if B comes here, E will come here. Then F is in the middle of D and C. So F has to come somewhere here. F is in the middle of D and C. So what to do now? A is not adjacent to B or C, fine. D is not adjacent to C or E. So D's position is pakka this one only, either this or this. If D's position is this, E will not come here. Let me take D's position is this, and E should not come here. B will be here. If B is here, E will come here. Then where is F? D is not adjacent to C or E also. A is not adjacent to B or C. Okay, B or C should come here only. D is not adjacent to C or E. B and C are adjacent. Any breakthrough? Anyone? Any breakthrough? See, the problem is B and E are here, even F should be here. F should be somewhere here. Yes or no? So where to put F? This one is empty. So let me I'll take A here. B and C are not adjacent. So B can come here, B can come here, and B can come here. Okay. Even C. So B, C. So here B and C will not come here strictly. B and C will not come here strictly. Okay. D is not adjacent to C or E. D is not adjacent to C or E. We have not ascertained the position of C or E yet. B and C are adjacent. If B is here, then C would come here. Yes or no? If B is here, then C would come here. If B is here, then C would come here. So these are the positions. BC or BC or BC or. These are 4 positions. So out of these 3 positions, B and C will take 2 positions. Yes or no? Out of these 3 positions, B and C will take 2 positions. Is that fine? Okay. So in these 3 positions, B or C will take. And they are adjacent also. F is in the middle of D and C. F is in the middle of D and C. If you think of the position of C here, if you think of the position of C here, F is in the middle of D and C. So F will come here, D will come here. If you think of the position of C here, F will come here and D will come here. We will be left with these 2 places. There B will go. But we should not fill B here. So C's position has to be in the bottom. Is that fine? We are correct with that aspect. So C has to be in the bottom. Yes or no? This is done. Now, D is not adjacent to C or E. So D will not come here for sure. Yes or no? So D's position is this only. Either this or this. Now B's position, either this or this. Getting my point? So D's position, either this or this. And B's position, either this or this. F is in the middle of D and C. C's position is pakka. C's position is pakka. If D and C are here, then F will come here. If D and C are here, F will come here. Yes. So F and B will occupy these places. So there is no scope for E to come here in these places. Yes or no? B or F, pakka. Now E, either here or here. Okay, done. Now, A is not adjacent to B or C, done. Then D is not adjacent to C or E. D is not adjacent to C or E. That is also done. If D is here, then E would come here. If D is here, E would come here. That is also done. Then B and C are adjacent. Okay, that is also met. That is also met. Then F is in the middle of D and C. So I'll try to construct 2 possibilities here. First A here, C here, pakka. Okay. Now I'll take D here. If D is here, E will come here and F is between D and C and B will come here. This is one possibility. Another possibility, A here, C here. Then if D is here, F would come here and E would come here and B would come here. So these are 2 possibilities. Do you agree? These are 2 possibilities. Let us try to answer. Which of the following is not correct neighbor pair? A and F. Are they neighbors? D and F are neighbors, B and E are neighbors, C and F are neighbors, but the first pair is not neighbor. Who is at the same distance from D as E is from D? So there is a distance between D and E. Who is other person who is enjoying the same distance with D? There is a distance between D and D. Look at the position of D and D. Alternate. So another person is C, who is having the similar distance as that of E with D. Yes? Now, which of the following is in the right sequence? They should be neighbors basically. Don't think of this one. I mean, AFB, no. Far apart. FAE, no. BCF, yes. If one neighbor of A is D, then the another neighbor is E. Who is placed opposite to E? Either it is opposite or diagonally opposite, only one, that is F. Yes? No issues? Circular arrangement, bigger one. How many persons are there? 8 persons. So first try to write that circle with 8 positions. Yeah. Start. They like exactly one of the following subjects. 8 subjects are there. A sits opposite to the person who likes history. So I'll take A anywhere. So for me, A is here. A will sit opposite to the person who likes history. This person's name I don't know, but he likes history. The person who likes chemistry sits to the immediate right of E. E, I don't know where does he sit. So take the direction as like this. And the person who likes chemistry sits to the immediate right of E. These persons are seeing like this. The person who likes chemistry sits to the right of E. So if I take E here, I'll take one more person who likes chemistry. But you don't have any common connect. You cannot club the diagrams now. G is adjacent to D and the person who likes physics. Again take the same direction. D is adjacent to 2 persons. D and the person who likes physics. This is one possibility. Another possibility. G is between D and the person who likes physics. These are 2 possibilities, yes or no? But do we have a common connect here? Not yet. Do we have a common connect? Not yet. H is to the left of A. Okay. A is looking like this. So A is looking like this. H is to the left of what? A. And he likes English. Do you have a common connect yet? Anything with respect to H or English? No. B sits to the immediate left of person who likes history. Okay. This person likes history. and B sits to the immediate left. And is sitting adjacent to G, who likes Hindi. Be careful, history HIN, Hindi. Now, any connect? Yeah, G has come here, no? So take this and try to fit in here. Can I put D here and physics to this person? Yes, that is one option. Here, can I take and put here? This person likes physics, but this place is already taken by B. So I cannot take this one. So I can take this one, D here, and G here, who likes Hindi, and B likes physics. Now, anything with respect to E and chemistry? No, not yet. Not yet. But there are 2 places left. Actually, 3 places left here. So can we make some arrangement? See, here the position is very important. E and the person who likes chemistry are looking like this. They are facing the center. So if you bring somewhere here, you can put E here and the person who likes chemistry here. Or you can put E here and the person who likes chemistry here. Okay. So these are the chances, either here or here. Okay. But that is not yet concluding. C is sitting exactly opposite of D. Either it is diagonally opposite or exactly opposite. It is the same in circle. Yes. Then, and is adjacent to F, who likes geography. Only this position left now. F, he likes geography. Then where will E come? E will come here, who likes history, and C will like. See, don't take them and fit like this. Then their position will be outwards. Take them and fit like this. E is looking inwards or center of the table. Yes. Now, who is left now? H does not sit next to someone who likes biology or Hindi. H has 2 neighbors. One neighbor likes geography already. The other neighbor should not like either biology or Hindi. Hindi is already taken by G. So, A should not like biology. So, other person should like biology. Only person left with no choice is D. So, D will like biology. Then which? So, maths is always an orphan. Okay. Maths is always an orphan. People don't. They will take only by force, not by choice. Yes, no. So that is the case with A now. Yeah. So diagram is done. See, 8 persons, 8 likings. Yes, it is complicated. You have to be careful. Yes, done. Yeah. Now see, which subject does A like? Mathematics. Which person likes physics? B. Then, how many people are sitting between H and G? H and G. When counted clockwise, when H and G you are counting, clockwise is this. How many persons? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who is sitting diagonally opposite of G? F or the person who likes geography. Yes, done? Yeah. All questions are done.